I do love the fact that I'm double recording, like episodes 5. I just did episode 5 around 5 minutes ago because I've got my new cup of coffee. Awesome. I don't know. I love dual recording. I love recording like every opportunity I get. I don't know why that needs to be commented, but yeah. Hopefully there shouldn't be camera issues this time because the camera was like tilting up and then suddenly my head will begin to cut off, so I didn't want any of that shenanigans to go down. But yeah, this is episode number 6 of the 100 season 4, which I'm really looking forward to after we found out, after we got to experience Arcadia falling in the last episode. Not just that though, but we kind of had, I think it was Unity Day. Woo! Yeah, I think that was the episode where it had some similarities to the Clark and Rowan confrontation, considering we did not want a war to go down, because, well, Rowan wanted to take Arcadia for himself, but I don't think anyone was going to like, it's not like the residents of Arcadia was going to be like, oh sure, we'll just move out and, be sapped up by the radiation. So yeah, I don't think that was gonna sit down well anyways, but thankfully it worked. Then Ilion happened. So yeah, that went down a right storm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go, especially with what's happening at Becca's thing, because we got to see the ramifications of the EMP thing in season 3. On both Abby and Raven as, yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, folks, and I'm scared for both parties. Not good. But yeah, I mean, I say what can be worse. We do have a 2-month deadline until the radiation kills you all, but, I mean, but everyone is not looking too great at this point. So what could go wrong? What could go even more wrong? That wasn't a word, Liam. But what can hurt them even further? I mean, now they've lost their backup option. I mean, the only thing that could get worse for them is if the Nightblood and the Zero G things do not click, as Raven stated while she was maxing out her brain in the last episode. That's the next best thing, and that will probably go wrong. That will probably not work because we can't have happy things. We can't have nice things in the 100, can we? No, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go because it seems like consequences are catching up to certain characters. Clark and everyone's in a bit of a rut, and it's going to be very, very exciting to see what happens. So yeah, this is episode number 6 of the 100 season 4. The full reaction is on Patreon. It's so great to say that. But I've come to that point now, like I said in the last episode, because they essentially are. Even if I have to pause it, I'm not going to be like, okay, well, I'll cut this. So yeah. But yeah, this is episode number 4, episode 4. We've been there, and that was tragic as well, wasn't it? With Octavia nearly dying. This is episode 6 of season 4, of the 100. This is We Will Rise. Let's go. The piece, but I don't exactly blame them for, he could have just killed everyone.
Who touches this man?
Jesus! Kane!
Good choice.
Wow, Kane is not taking prisoners. Ooh, new colour in the background, like that.
I'm running it again.
Sure. 28 times the charm, right?
Restart
I
simulation.
mean, that's what they say, don't they? Was it the 29th? I just love how Murphy's just having fun. The end of days is coming, and what's the best thing you can do? A little RC.
The island.
Oh, she cozying it up with Nyla.
Oh. Space to make Nightblood. It's now officially our only hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan
Sorry I couldn't
Nightblood.
stop that boy from destroying your home. He distributed to Arcadia and Polis first. I feel better knowing you were here to get it.
Oh. Wants to put her in the front of the line. He's still gonna be a thing again.
I'll let Medbay know they have an extra hand.
Yay. Oh.
I'll send her your love.
Yes. Please do that. And I'll make sure there's something left to save. When you get home.
Oh man. I love that hug. That's wholesome though, especially with the whole Caden, with the whole cabby ship to be precise.
Octavia, I thought you were dead.
Octavia is dead.
Don't say that.
She died when
No.
you killed Lincoln.
No, 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 no.
Please don't say that. No.
Octavia, come on.
I'm your brother.
Why do you think you're still alive?
Cause an explosion that would not only kill all of you, but would wipe out mankind's only remaining chance for survival.
Brave speech.
What could possibly go wrong?
Rowan! Rowan, do you not know that is always the worst thing to say in a crisis? I'm sure it'll be fine.
She doesn't know you like I do. You're a leech, Murphy. Sucking people dry.
Hey! Stop ragging on Murphy! He's improved!
So that you can survive.
What's this hate for?
A mental patient like you, Raven.
I hate you!
What the shit?
Gonna be on.
Luna. She's helping her like Raven gave her that assurance. I do kind of feel bad for Raven because that's not her.
I know the darkness.
What is she doing?
Being Clark. No one else gets out.
I love that. Oh, Belle, never change.
One hitter.
What happened here?
Escalation burned our village to the ground.
Ah, because they
Your
did
father
talk
cut an axe
about.
with his leg, and we can't stop the bleeding.
Ah, shit. I'm loving how they're reaching out to Clark though, like, help us.
Away from there.
Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Shit. Oh no, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. That was... yeah. For some reason, I thought the kid was going to hop on and then we'd have an extra mouth to feed.
I killed my own brother. So trust me when I tell you.
That was tipping point,
If I
wasn't it,
found
for her?
peace, you can.
Oh, Luna.
I think peace is overrated.
Wow.
It's the fighters that survive.
Murphy comes out with some sick quotes on this show. Like, pain, envy, that's the ABCs of me.
Stronger already. And now they're gonna kill you.
I didn't know about Prime Fire. You can
We
tell
should
them
have
that.
said something.
I never meant to hurt anyone.
Sword doesn't care what you meant. It just cuts.
There's that darkness. There's that darkness. Oh boy.
They listen to you. Say something.
I don't blame them for going into this mindset, but
With all due
there needs
respect,
to be some level of
your son
peace.
would be ashamed of you. Okay, Kate.
Ouch!
He's 5, and he's gonna die. 5! 5!
4! No, we're not doing the countdown? Okay.
What have you done with it? Give us the king.
Ah, shit.
Bellamy.
What?
Get your own king!
How the hell do you know?
Because everyone does what's best for their own people. Both my men have took it.
Oh! Best for your own people, yeah. Damn it! You know, it's quite rude if you take... Oh, no. Shit, no. You know, it's quite rude taking something without asking, just saying. Shit. Oh, shit, we're doing this? We're doing this! Oh, Lord. Go, Rowan! Woohoo! Has to be that one barrel, doesn't there? That just stands out among the rest. Yep, nice. Traitor! Ooh, shit. Oh, nice clock! Nice! Oh, nice teamwork! It was just gonna stop. Go Belloc! Nice teamwork!
We're not so different after all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is kind of reminded me of Pike and... Yeah, dare I say it, but...
You're not a murderer.
You're wrong.
Shit, this is like Lincoln all over again!
Pike stood right there.
Shit, it's the same spot!
When they put a gun against his head.
I was there.
Oh, shit. I mean, Lincoln was more innocent. Oh, shit.
Sorry, Octavia. It's okay.
Octavia. Wait! Where will you go?
What are you doing?
Saving our people. Same as you. You should run.
And never come back.
Broken heart. If I don't see you again.
You will.
We've got a problem.
Why do I have a feeling what he was gonna say is something Bella? Oh, every last drop she needed that, didn't she?
Raven?
You okay?
Oh, Raven. Oh, don't tell me she's. Oh no, no, Raven, Raven! No, 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 no! Fuck, 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 fuck. Damn it. Damn treat crew. That was honestly a fun episode. It was also very, very emotional, especially with the Octavia scenes. But I think the funness came from the simple yet very difficult and complex road that we had with Belloc and Rowan, where they had to take the hydrazine fuel to Raven. Should have been a simple job, but then Rowan had to say what could possibly go wrong, and things went wrong. I assume, yeah. So it seems like the arrow hit that barrel, and I mean, it's not the end of days. I'm sure with a bit of rework, it was just stressful enough that Raven, we saw Raven have a hard time with the simulations anyways, and that seems to, with the fuel that we were originally going to get, that seemed to be like the best chance we had, and it was hard work getting to it seemed getting to that success that Raven had, and now she might have to rework, because it seems like it was only that barrel that leaked from when we met with Tree Crew, and they panicked with the fact that that there was Rowan and Bellark was harboring Asgetta. So yeah, things went to hell there, and it was very, very fun when we got to the part where there was people on Rowan's side deciding to yeah, we're not doing this. We're basically looking out for us and all of that. And yeah, there came a great scene with that rover fight, especially Rowan jumping off one of the rovers to the truck. It was just really, really fun stuff to see. The thing I don't get is with the scene that would inevitably lead to the arrow hitting one of the barrels is I think they should have put some kind of like cover potentially over, cause that's the thing. Asgetta was exposed so much, they could have had some kind of protection, maybe a cloth or something like that. I know it might be asking a bit much, but they were a bit exposed, and yeah, the cover was compromised because the curiosity of children. So yeah, I think they should have had some kind of like maybe a bit of a warning sign as well, like do not enter, dangerous. But then again, kids laughed in the face of danger. I'm kidding. Yeah, I think there should have been some greater means to protect Asgetta, especially if you were going to enter Tree Crew territory, because Rowan made that point that some members of Asgetta fled and attacked Tree Crew. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of panic going on if you are to enter Tree Crew territory, which they did, and panic ensued. So wonderful stuff to see. But yeah, it was very, very fun. Like I said, that rover scene was absolutely a work of fun. And it was just so fun to watch, like from Rowan hopping and taking out one of his own to that close shave scene with one of the vehicles coming in, touching with Bellamy's vehicle coming in, touching distance with Clark's. It was just really, really nuts. And it was very, very fun for something straightforward, but had to be complex because yeah, that's how we wrote. That's Rowan's fault though. Like I said, if he didn't say what could possibly go wrong, yeah. But yeah, it was very, very interesting stuff, to see. And I loved that moment, like at the end, before we got to find out one of the barrels was hit with one of the arrows and the hydrazine just decided to leak. That where Bellamy said, "If I don't see you again," I'm sure we were all thinking the same. I'm not sure, like, you know what I'm like with Bellark though. I mean, I was thinking something along the lines where he admits his interest in Clark, at least. Like, that's what he was going to say until, god damn it. I see, this is why you hate Tree Crew. They had to ruin a perfect moment by shooting one of the arrows there. If that didn't happen, we would have gotten the full context of what Bellamy was going to say, so fuck. I do feel so much for Bellamy at this point though. I mean, we had that scene with Octavia, which, oi. Well, first off, I'm glad that, this darkness thing has kind of come full circle, so quickly, because I think it makes sense. Like, we don't want to spend too long lingering on Octavia's darkness that we've noticed that we've already, acknowledged has taken a toll on her. I mean, we already had Kane give her a bit of a lecture a couple of episodes, well, in episode 4. And she's had this darkness manifest in her for quite some time, and it has been really, really concerning to see. And it came full circle when she stood in the same position. Cause I was thinking they were dragging Ilian outside, and I was getting a bit of nerves that it was so similar to when Lincoln was shot, and we literally went there with Octavia standing in the same spot, and it was just heartbreaking to see, like, this that's the thing, she's manifested this darkness as a way of grieving, and it kind of fits with her warrior, like, character. And it's taking so much of a toll that she's kind of forgotten about the fact that she should be mourning for Lincoln rather than, she's just trying to avenge him, if anything. It's less of the mourning, more avenging. And, that's the way I see it. And it's so heartbreaking. I guess I guess that's an understatement, but Ilian kind of deserved it. Deserved death more, but that's not, but it's like, what's killing Ilian gonna prove? Apart from your whole blood must have blood thing. What's it, that's not gonna, bring Plan B back, basically. And Kane was so adamant on not having this be the way. Gotta say though, Monty coming out with straight fire to Jaha was just absolutely, gobsmacking to see, but yeah. We had that bit of kerfuffle because and I don't blame them whatsoever. I do not blame, the people for reacting that way, for wanting Ilian dead. I don't blame them whatsoever because he has just ruptured what could be the only hope if the Nightblood situation doesn't work. Well, it was the only hope. And now we have to depend on the Nightblood, which is going to be a bit more of an ask considering one of the barrels has been hit and leaked. So, yeah. It's you can't catch a break with this, can you? I guess you could say, that hitting you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for a bit of hope. Yeah, that was bad, wasn't it? But you literally are scraping the bottom of the barrel for hope at this point because, Plan A went to hell. Not Plan A. Plan B went to hell. Plan A has taken a bit more of a hit, literally. It's not impossible. It's just now going to be a bit harder for Raven, and that's not doing well with her mind, with her enhanced mind, which we'll get to in a bit, because holy shit, there were some scenes there. But yeah, I mean, Octavia, it was just heartbreaking to watch her collapse, this darkness ravage her, and, to the point where it became too far, and it was just heartbreaking that, she had to reach to that point where she was mimicking that her darkness, her grief mimicked basically what Pike was going to do to Lincoln. And even Kane said it, you're going to be no better than Pike, basically. Like I said, I guess Ilian deserved it more so than Lincoln, but, he didn't need to be stopped. He didn't need to be killed like that. I guess there was that comparison when, with Murphy back in episode, when they tried to hang Murphy and all of that. And that's the thing though. It all goes back to my review in the last episode. There was a lack of communication from Octavia's part. I think Ilian acknowledged the fact, he was told that the world was coming to an end, and like I said, he's got it in his head that vengeance must come to Sky Crew with what happened with the City of Light situation. So, like I said, with that, you can't blame him, and we did feel a bit frustrated with Ilian, considering the fact he's butchered Plan B, but I think he does have remorse, as long as he doesn't return to Arcadia, the remnants of Arcadia, should he say. I thought that was they would have no home to go to, like the 100. Arcadia would be completely toasted. That's what I thought was going to happen in the last episode. It seems like some areas are still habitable, but, making sure that all the work that's been put into making sure Arcadia is the next plan if the Nightblood doesn't work. Yeah. So, yeah, but like I said, I feel so bad for Octavia, but I also feel so bad for Bellamy, because I think it's a fact that if Bellamy wasn't restrained in episode 9, when he was in the cave and all of that, I think Bellamy could have prevented Lincoln from dying, because he has some respect. He still does. He felt a bit uncomfortable whilst Pike was in charge, seeing him dish out, this this punishment to the Grounders, to Lincoln, to everyone he was trying to protect when Pike's tyranny was going on. Bellamy felt that discomfort, and had he not been locked up in that cave, then maybe he could have done something to prevent Lincoln's death from going down. But it was the fact that he sided with Pike that was enough. That's enough for Octavia's guilt, I guess, to put this on her, because your emotions are really take a real swing when it comes to something like death, and it does with the fact that Bellamy advocated what Pike was doing, and that's enough for Octavia's grief to put this on Bellamy. So I'm hoping though that with what she had to do in this episode, with her mimicking Pike's actions, I guess, and about to execute Ilian, the same spot Lincoln was in, I'm hoping there's a scene where Octavia and Bellamy can come back together again. It's that tagline, "From the ashes we will rise," and you have to remember Octavia said to Bellamy that he's dead to her. So, you know what? Yeah, from the ashes we will rise. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition, because Bellamy's now gotta go after Octavia in some capacity. Yes, he took the brunt of it, but it's that case at the end of the day. He loves her at the end of the day. His responsibility is Octavia, and that's never going to change no matter how much Octavia hates him. Bellamy has this obligation in life, and it's beautiful, and he's not going to let Octavia perish. So, yeah. But it was just really, really great of an episode. Very fun, like I said. I will say, I'm loving how the direction they're going with Clark, where, well, first off, we'll get to Nyla, because it seems like Nyla and Clark are a thing again, and more than a hit and run. But it seems like cause they seem to have that kiss, and they shared the bed, and Clark's wanting to keep her protected, because she said, okay, well, when the Nightblood is distributed, it's going to be Arcadia and Polis that gets high priority, so I want you to stick around so you can not be second priority, third, whatever the system goes, I guess. And I'm just loving the fact that she's still keeping Lexa in mind, and I don't think that's going to change for as long as Clark's going to live. Hell, if Bellark becomes a thing, I'm sure her, she will still have that spot for Lexa. I mean, I think that was Clark's first love as well at the end of the day. But I'm glad that she's moving on and she's giving a chance with other people. It seems like she's going to give a chance with Nyla, which is really, really nice, because I think they're a decent couple anyways. But not just that though, because we saw Kane express his concern about Abby, which was very, very sweet. But what was even more sweet was Kane hugging Clark, and it's like that new father figure, and Clark's obviously accepted Kane in her life, I guess as a next daddy or whatever. No. I'm just thinking about my friend. She has this thing, and it's just hilarious. Anywho, I digress with that. She's kind of accepted Kane, considering the fact that she had so much admiration for Jake as well. You have to remember that. And, now that Abby has moved on and accepted Kane, Clark's doing the same thing, and there was that hook. So I think she's doing a really, really good job and moving on, considering Jake and Lexa meant a hell of a lot in terms of Clark's love to one and the other, to Clark's life. Like, they meant so much. So I'm glad that Clark's giving this chance to move forward, but not forget the memories of who you love. So I really, really like that. Whether it's Lexa, Jake, whoever, she's able to move forward. And that's a really, really good, and that's really, really nice to see. So yeah, I really, really like that as well. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, Raven's scene as well. It was pretty much from Raven's part, like there was two sides. It was her testing out the flight systems, like simulating the fuel which now, like I said, she's going to have to work that one out again because one of the barrels, as she experienced. But we got to see the simulations play out, and then her interacting with Luna, with Murphy, and then taking it out on Murphy. And I think that's all to do with how accelerated her brain power is, her brain capacity. Like, she's overworking the brain, as we found out in the last episode, but that's also accounting for emotions, because we saw her take a real good lashing at Murphy, and we know that, sure, there's a bit of tension between Murphy and Raven, but this was like super pissed off, and it's not even Murphy's jokes is not even the worst thing that he's done to Raven, as he reminded Luna earlier with the whole situation. I think that's the worst thing he's done to her. Like, I know he did some dickish things in season 1, but I really, first of all, I do love that comment that Luna expressed to Murphy about considering Murphy's like, I'm a one-man band basically in this world. Like, I'm a lone wolf. So if I was the last person alive on Earth, that'd suit me. But Luna commenting about Murphy's heart was just really great when she reminded him about the fact that he got the medicine supplies like his father. But Luna doesn't know that, but we as the viewers know. It adds a really good layer to Murphy's character and his father and everything. And not just that though, but what happened when they made it to, I guess, that island to where they would later discover Becca's base. So it's just really great to see Luna express, oh, I know you might feel like you want to be a lone wolf, but basically there is heart in you, and I really like that, because I do think there is heart and there is heart in Murphy. We've seen that, especially with Amori. Like, I wouldn't think Murphy would be a character capable of love, but he really wants to go above and beyond to protect Amori. So I really love the Amori ship so much. But it was just really concerning to see Raven lash out, because we have to, like I said, it's like her emotions. I think with the fact that her brain is, I guess if we're going to use it in computer terms, it's being overclocked. Her emotions, everything is being dialed up to 11. And we saw that because that wasn't Raven. That was, like I said, we only use like a certain percentage of our brains. So it kind of is, but we see the ramifications basically of, we're seeing the ramifications right now of what happens with our brains yanked up and all of that. And that's the thing, like, it's concerning seeing, how amplified her emotions are with this, cause like she took a real, it's not just the aggression she had at Murphy for something, I guess, mundane. Because this is Murphy's character. He's just like, and him, joking around is something he would do and all of that. But that sensitivity, that everything regarding what goes on here has been way accelerated. And it's not good news if you're under a lot of intense pressure, as we've seen, because towards the end, and the stroke happened again, so it's really concerning. And I'm hoping that the Nightblood is able to make a fix for Raven and Abby's condition. That's the only hope. Otherwise, I don't know what you're going to have to do to make sure that Raven doesn't suffer something like that again, because when things do not go her own way in this current form, it's not good for the brain, is it? As we've seen, like, she was pissed off, and it's like I don't know, your head screaming at any kind of bad news, at any kind of annoyance. It's like your head is screaming and you're echoing that out. That's the best description I can pull, because, I guess it's like overreacting to a certain news. But you can't hold, like, you can't hold in that anger like you normally would. So this is like releasing the fullest potential. I think that's the best description, like if I was in Raven's shoes, that I could give off, in terms of explaining what's going on. Yeah, it was very, very heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see Raven in this situation. Cause it's not what you want to see cause Raven, this is the thing, she never catches a break, does she? And, that continues. I'm just worried about if she does survive season 4, about what she's gonna be like in season 5, because Raven takes a lot of brunt, doesn't she? Like, especially for someone who is more practical with the brains rather than a gun or a spear or whatever. She takes a lot of brunt, and it's just heartbreaking. So yeah, but yeah, it was a great episode. Like I said, it was very, very fun with a simple mission that had to turn into a bit of a tank slapper with Tree Crew. I mean, you feel bad for them after what Asgeda did to them, but Tree Crew suffering a bit of a brunt, and then they had to inflict that on our heroes. I guess Rowan hero. I mean, he's going along with this, so at least I did say in my last review that I'm hoping that Rowan is not going to put the full blame on this, and it was great to see him working alongside everyone okay, our priority is Nightblood, so it was great to see him working alongside Arcadia, because like I said, I think he's an intelligent character, and he shouldn't be putting this blame on the Arcadians. It's Ilian's fault. Like I said, Octavia should have worded it better, but I don't think that's he wasn't there for that, so he can't say, okay, Octavia, what did you say to him and all of that. So yeah, I'm glad that Rowan is using his smarts in this matter. But yeah, it was a great episode. Fun. Not so fun with the fact that we're one barrel short, and Raven's simulation numbers have been completely clusterfucked, basically. And I'm just worried about Raven's condition, because this is not good whatsoever, and it's scary times. It's absolutely scary times. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. That was fun stuff. Season 4 has been absolutely epic, not gonna lie. I'm absolutely enjoying this so much. I'm currently enjoying it a lot more than season 3 at the minute, because I think season 3 did start off a bit like season 3's second half had a much more impactful, greater side than the first part of season 3. But I'm currently enjoying season 4 so much, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go. We're one barrel short. Unless they've shot other barrels, and then we will be even more fucked. But I think it was just that one barrel. Yeah. But still, that's done and dusted. Raven is, you just grow so much concern with Raven at this point, considering the current condition she is in. Interesting, we didn't see Abby in this episode, as well, considering she's going through, a similar dilemma to Raven. We haven't seen her, have a seizure, but, I think we kinda assumed that when, like, if we were to take Raven's flying lessons into something, I think we, assumed that, when she hallucinated Clark's radiated form, I guess. So, yeah, it's still concerning though, for both parties, because, yeah, if what we're seeing with Raven is, like, concerning now, then who knows how much damage this could do to her until we find a fix. That's why I'm hoping the Nightblood does something more than protect them against the radiation and all of that. So yeah, but yeah, this was The 100, episode 6. Enjoyable stuff. This review went on for a long time. I think it was my longest review yet, or something like that. But yeah, I enjoyed that episode. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feed and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!